Please come in whenever you would like. Everybody's welcome. Got it. Oh, we're looking for a certain guy and he's not here right now, so let's see. Guys, you're not gonna believe where we're at. This is something that's been on my lifetime bucket list ever since I saw it for the first time on YouTube, how kayaks are made. I'm looking at this thing, it has 2 kayaks on it, and they're up and they're spinning around. I just met a guy, his name's Tyler. He gave me a proper tour of this full kayak building facility, and I'm gonna take you guys along with me and we're gonna do a tour together of the full facility. I'm gonna try to tell you all the information that he just told me, but no promises that I'm gonna remember everything, but we're gonna do our best. And we might talk to some people and see what all they have going on in here, because there's a lot going on. This is something I'm super interested in, like just seeing something being built, something that, you know, you love and enjoy, and like seeing how it's put together and built and all the hours and like hard work. And like, you got to think this probably started in somebody's shop, somebody's garage. This was just somebody's idea one day. Hey, I want to build a boat. How are we going to do that? We need this, that, and the third. And now it has grown into this. So just kind of like one of those inspiring things, like, hey, if you have an idea, you know, write it down, try it out. You never know where it's going to take you, because I mean, you could have a huge warehouse like this building kayaks in it. So with that being said, we're going to do a little bit of a walk around. They have a whole bunch of cool stuff in here. So in the facility that we're in right now, they are making Liquid Logic, Bonafide, and Native Kayak. So all 3 of those companies all make really good fishing kayaks. Liquid Logic makes like whitewater rafting kayaks or just kind of leisurely, and then y'all probably know Bonafide and Native. I have a Bonafide also. We might be picking up a Native today. I don't know. Maybe if we can get lucky, we might walk out of here with the kayak. So make sure to stay tuned to the end for that. I'm gonna see if I can't figure out a way to get one of these off of the mold and take it home with us. So behind me, these are kayak molds. Kayak molds are pretty much what you think they are. It's kind of like how when I make my soft plastic fishing lures, it's the exact same thing as that, but for a really big kayak. And I'll show y'all what they use to put those things together. So this is the material that they make all their kayaks out of. It feels like a light sand. It almost feels like sawdust, but it is not that. I knocked these down. We gotta fix that. The cool thing about Bonafide and Native, no 2 kayaks are the same. You have similar color schemes, but they're never gonna turn out the same. So they're using that, they're putting it in the mold, heating up the mold. We're gonna get to the mold in a second and how they do that, because that's a process of its own. They're starting out with something like this. They put a little bit of color into it, you know, they make each one, they have their base colors, but every single one of them is gonna end up being different. They put these things on the mold. What does the mold look like? How are they making that happen? Just give it a second and I'll show you. Hold your breath.
And I think they just put the highest like production or the most sold one. Apparently the top gun grays are the most sold, but I don't know. I don't feel like the top gun grays are the best.
So you think gray's the most sold color, but yeah, it's not your favorite color.
Yeah.
What's your favorite?
Honestly, I like the sharp blue.
Okay, yeah. The light. I agree with that. And then it's gonna clamp down onto that mold, right? Like onto the top part. Gotcha. Imagine I just step on one button. I just stepped on a roll of tape. I thought I stepped on some button. I was gonna make the thing explode. Just added the plastic to it. That was super cool. Got to see that. Added that into the mold. Mold goes into the oven, spins around, kayak is formed, and then comes out, cools, boom, you have your kayak. Then all the accessories, the seat, everything is put onto it from that point. Solomon here.
Hey, what's up? Good, how are you?
So what are you doing?
I'm over here putting the inserts in for the RVR 119.
Okay, so that's a new River Creek fishing boat.
Yeah.
Awesome. So what are the inserts for?
Well, this one's right here for the rails and stuff, and then they got the handles right here. Gotcha. And then the different thing that goes underneath the seat.
Gotcha. Awesome. So how do you like working here? Is it a good job?
Yeah, I feel like it's a nice job. It's pretty fun.
You can be
easy.
honest if you don't like it. Like,
and I really like the schedule.
awesome.
And the manager.
Awesome, dude. So, all right. So is that a mold right there that I'm looking at?
RS 117.
RS 117.
Yeah,
so
this one's a camo.
awesome. So you have different molds for different color boats.
Yeah. Well, not too much, but then with this one we can only run camo when it has a single arm up there.
Okay. And then what about for this mold right there?
These are gonna be both solid, and I'm pretty sure that one's Top Gun gray as well.
Okay.
And then the Falcon 11 is solid.
Both of the RVR 119s on these?
Falcon 11 and then an RVR.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
So you can do two different boats on the same mold at the same time?
Yeah, at the
awesome.
same time.
Awesome.
And then sometimes we have two more over there, but I guess we're just not running that right now.
Awesome, okay. All right, well, whenever it gets to spinning, I want to show everybody because everybody's wondering, like, what are these arms for?
Oh, okay, all right, great. Yeah, I'll
awesome.
let you know.
Yes, sir, I appreciate it.
Yeah, no.
But see, you guys see what I mean? His name's Solomon. Solomon's the coolest guy in the world. Like, just met him, never talked to him today, and I've talked to 3 or 4 other people today, and just been awesome people. So, I mean, it just makes me happy to be here because everybody's so friendly, so nice, everything. Said this thing will be going in about 5 minutes, so we're gonna hang out here and wait for it to kick off so I can show y'all. All right, so this is the oven right here.
Yes.
So when I walk in, I can feel the heat.
Yeah.
It's from the oven.
You're gonna feel a little bit of it right now. It's pretty
right.
hot. Apparently, with this one, it'll get up to like 590.
590. Have you ever been in it?
Oh, no, I haven't been. I feel like I'm up my shoes.
So they put these kayaks in the oven up to 590 degrees, which I've never been anything hotter than like 103, so 590. I mean, you cook cookies at what, 400? So 590 is like this hotter. That's hotter than cookie cutting temperature. Cookie cooking temperature. So 590 degrees in the oven, 30 minutes, coming out, and I'm pretty sure it goes to these guys back behind us because the kayak that's being lifted behind me was just on one of these molds a second ago. After it comes out of the oven, it's gonna circle around and then they get cooled off over here with some misting fans. Process of the fans and they mist on the kayak to help cool them down. The water helps cool them down a little bit. I got to see that when I came in, but I'm gonna get that for y'all. You think you could like mess a couple of them up and we could walk out here with some free kayak?
Oh yeah, we'll park in the back.
yeah. We'll just park in the back and walk out with some free.
What color you want?
Yeah. I'll mix them up. I'll mix it up. What are these right here?
So we put this in here so it goes in the boat, because if not, I guess it'll start a fire in here.
Oh.
Yeah.
So is that like for like the rod tubes or?
I think it goes a hatch, but it ends up getting cut out.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And really, I think it's just so we can get inside the boat and run the strings and everything.
Gotcha. All right, so behind me, the kayak is coming out of the mold. 590 degrees, the mold is gas heated, we learned that. And here it comes, here it comes. Okay, so this is just the mold right
Yeah,
here.
the mold. I guess
Okay.
it keeps it from going out of shape and stuff.
Yep. All right, so what are you doing here?
Well, you'll see it when it comes out, but this is going to be built up
Okay,
from where the 2 pieces of the mold come together.
gotcha.
So I'll take a tool.
Shave it down and make it smooth right here.
Same thing with these. These will be rough.
Scupper holes and everything?
Yep, yep.
Okay. Oh, so you're putting on like first accessories right
Yeah,
here and
yep.
everything? Gotcha.
Some seat holders.
Yep.
Or some seat bases. Rod holders.
Okay.
And trimming this out here.
Gotcha. So come off the mold, come to you. You're the guy to put all the first accessories on, but you're not doing seat and everything here, but you're putting on like seat attachments.
Handles,
and
yeah, and whatever needs
yeah.
to be in place to keep the shape.
Okay. So
This
y'all
is here
have
to keep the spacing.
blocks of wood, and it's different for every boat. Every boat
Yeah,
needs this. And then after it leaves you, where does it go from there?
It'll just get stood up and wait until somebody's ready to build it out.
Gotcha. And they'll build them out on that back side over there? Okay. And that's putting seat and everything, and then they go to storage after that.
Wrapping it, package, paperwork, and yeah.
All right, so after boats come out of oven, cool, there. Then they come to Mr. David over here. David's putting on everything but the seat, pretty much, basically. So he's doing the handles, he's doing gear tracks, whatever needs to be on the boat, whatever boat it is, he's putting on everything. So rod holders, anything that needs to be checked on, just so the form of the boat isn't compromised. So like, it's coming out of the mold, it's still probably gonna be a little bit warm. Like this one just came out, it still has a little bit of warm on it. So any imperfections in the boat, getting sanded, chipped here, he's doing that. He's making sure the boat is perfect. He's kind of like the first inspection guy. Anything that needs to happen to the boat, he's doing it. He's putting on all your screws, everything, anything that's just not like the boat itself, the hull itself, he's working on it here. Then after he gets done, it's going over to get the paperwork, getting seats put on it, getting everything else that it needs to go into the storage room, which we'll go into in a second, and then out the door. So each boat's different. Everything's going to be done a little bit different. They're putting 2 more boats in the oven right now. Check that out. I think that's the craziest thing. It's a huge oven for kayaks. So something really cool about all the brands here, all the seats for all the kayaks here are sewn here in the office. Like, so they don't have them like built overseas and then like just put on the boats here. Like, they pretty much make every single step of the kayak is done here, which is awesome. Like, so they have, so I don't want to interrupt, but they're hard at work putting together these seats for these kayaks. It's awesome to see. Like, they have a whole bunch of people in here that are working putting together these seats, and there are all the seat materials. We'll talk about that in a second. This guy right here is getting plastic. The plastic that we touched earlier, he's moving that. They need more. They're probably out of beige. They need more beige. Boom, putting it on a forklift, taking it over because we need more beige. I have a Bonafide P127. I can't tell you that that's my seat material right there. I mean, that could be a Bonafide P127 seat here in a couple weeks, or probably by the end of the day, because I heard that they can make 75 kayaks in a day, and this just one facility. Like during peak season, if they really had to, they can make up to 150 to 200 a day. So being able to make 200 kayaks in a day, like, that's a lot of kayaks. That's a whole bunch of kayaks. Bonafide seats. Who knows? That might be on the P127, SS107, SS127, who knows? So it's super awesome to think, like, the ladies that we just talked to, they probably just sewed these seats up just now, and they're just sitting here waiting to be put on a boat, waiting for a boat to come off of that mold over there. Boom. So here are the Native Slayer Max Propel. So these are the ones that you can put the pedal drive in. You have your foot pedal system, and these are completely rigged out. Just me looking at them, it looks like they have everything except for this top hatch right here. And they probably wait to put that on because I saw a big bin of those in the kayak storage room earlier. So they probably wait to put those on. They don't have the propel drives on them because those are built in another room in this same factory right here. They have the seat, they have everything. These are brand new. Like, it's just so cool to look at. You got a little bit of tackle storage room right here. You got a little carry handle. You have 2 side carry handles, a front, back carry handle. Everything for the kayak is on the kayak right now. I'm not sure. We'll have to see if the rudder has been put on. Yeah, see, the rudder's on this boat, but it's not fully attached yet. All right, your boat just got done. Where does it go from here? Comes into this big old fancy warehouse right here. I don't know how many boats are in here, but if I had to guess, I'd say there's about, if I had to guess just looking at it, I'd say there's about 7, maybe 8 in here. No, I'm just joking. I don't know how many there are, but there are a lot of kayaks in here. Those guys in there working hard. So got a whole bunch of propel drives here. So those are gonna go with like your Slate or your Titan propels or your P127s, and then also they have the new Sidekick wheel systems here. Those right there are clutch. I have a P127 and I didn't have one. Then I got one. I was like, how did I do it without having one? They have a whole bunch of propel drives here, a whole bunch of propel drives. Kayaks as far as the eye can see. As far as the eye can see, as far as the eye can see. All right, so this room is super cool. Please come in whenever you would like. Everybody's welcome. Got it. All right, guys, so this is the mold maintenance room. They have a guy in here, he's great. His name's Ben. I just talked to him a little bit, and he does all of the mold maintenance. So boom, you know, you're working, or the molds are running, something goes wrong, they need to be worked on, fixed, welded, whatever, he can do it. He's the guy for that. So it's pretty much kind of like welding shop / anything that needs to happen in here. Ben's your guy. Super cool room, super cool, super bright.
So anyway, yes, I'm working on putting the upper transmission together.
Okay.
I'm just putting a small ribbon of a medium weight Loctite.
Yes, ma'am.
We'll put it straight through on the other side.
And then we were talking about the importance of making sure that your propel drive, like doing maintenance on it. How often do you
So
think?
important. If you're a heavy user, I would say go ahead and look at it like every couple of weeks. Just see how it sounds, because people will say, oh, my unit was really quiet in the beginning. And now I can really hear the gears. Well, that's a good indicator that your grease has come off. And the way you put the grease on with this is you do have a hex key that comes with it.
Yeah.
You just use this and then squirt it in.
Okay.
Now I'm flipping this over just to tighten. And so now we have the top finished. Now we're gonna do a little work. I'm gonna show you how I put the grease and the O-rings on. I like to oil up the O-ring because again, it's healthier if it has oil on it.
Yes, ma'am.
And this is the main defense between water getting in or not getting into the unit, is this piece. You'll never, usually when folks grease their lower transmission, they do that by putting grease onto their lower cartridge, which you can see a bunch of them sitting there.
Yep. Yes, ma'am.
Again, I want to put some oil on the bottom. A lot of folks won't be changing their fin or taking their fin on and off.
Yes, ma'am. That's one thing about these compared to other brands. You can tell that these are, you know, you can hit these up against a couple of rocks on accident and you're
Right.
going to be...
Right, and you're good.
Yeah. You don't have to worry about breaking that off anytime soon.
No, and they're locked
probably
together.
ever. Yeah.
I've never seen anybody break one of these off. I have seen the results of somebody actually dropping one and their fin might get messed up. But so usually folks will grease their lower transmission by putting grease onto the top of this gear, and then we slide it right gently into the fin, and then I'm going to come around here. I just use an old crank arm to mesh my gears together, and so the first few turns it won't reach just yet, but then you're going to feel it hit. You're going to feel the two gears hit together, so you just want to center it to where you can feel it clacking back and forth, and then it's meshed together. And you have one of these nice weed guards too, which is new on the Propel. This is our 701 series. Got these brand new weed guard cartridges. So, and that's it. That's putting it together right there.
And awesome. And then it gets put in the box as it is right here.
No, I'm actually going to put, then I will test it. So it sounds great. And it sounds great that way too.
Okay.
Of course, we're moving it much faster than you would. I always have to remember that you're going to be a little slower.
You have that water resistance.
Yes.
With it. Yeah.
Yes. So then the next thing that I would put on is your indexer, and this is important. What this does is it does protect you from getting wet. And then also when you decide to go ahead and bring your unit up, you just press this down and it lines your propeller up so you can pull it through without ruining your gear.
Yes, ma'am. I just realized what that did a couple months ago, and I think a lot of people don't even know that, hey, you can pinch that and spin your propeller
so
backwards.
wonderful.
And
So I'll get it on and I'll show you. When it's time for you to pull your unit up and you're not really sure because it's underneath the boat where your propeller is. So you just push this down and then pedal until you feel it hit.
catch.
And then you can pull it straight up, no problem. So,
Saves you a lot of time and saves you cold hands too.
yes,
when it's cold out.
I bet you all do get cold hands out there. But this is a great product. I've worked on it for almost 5 years now.
Okay.
And I've really enjoyed the challenge of working on it. So,
Awesome.
which is funny that I don't fish, but I do love outdoors and, you know, getting out there hiking.
All right, so we were able to find Miss Kim. I'm happy she was able to give us that tutorial because I honestly learned and picked up on a whole bunch of stuff that I didn't know about these kayaks. So it's good to know. So here is the final thing that I want to show you guys. This is super cool. I think you guys are going to be super, super excited to see it. So all this is a factory. That's where they put together the kayaks, 100% assembled here. Everything about the kayaks, it's all right here. 100%, everything's here. Now it's a storefront. I'm not gonna promise you that you can go see the factory, but they have all the boats, all the gear. They have yak attack stuff. I heard that they might have like fish finders and stuff like that for sale. They have slobber knockers. They have slobber knockers. They have power swimmers, good slobber knocker trailers, frayable nets, plain old edge boxes. I know Bonafide just came out with a new line of rods, so they have Bonafide fishing rods in here. All the kayaks that are produced here, and just all the kayaks that are just part of the brands they have here. You're gonna have to excuse some of the ones that you see on the floor because there's a lot of shows and whatnot going on. Like I said in a previous video, March is just a crazy month for fishing in general, so there's a lot of stuff that goes on that's just, hey, we gotta go here, we gotta go there, we gotta go here, and some of the kayaks are taken out of the offices, and like, you know, they still have to work out of this office at the end of the day. The store isn't open yet. I'll have to get an open date and let y'all know about that, but they have a full store. You can come in here, you can purchase kayaks, you can purchase fishing stuff, get you some merch. You know, they probably have some Bonafide shirts and stuff like that in here. Let's see if I can steal one of those with also a kayak. So whole bunch of Plano stuff. We found some fish finders. All this stuff's probably gonna be like in the warehouse. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to be showing it to you, but we'll just call this a little behind the scenes look. You know, I like to explore and I like to get lost, and you'll find me somewhere I'm probably not supposed to be at, but it's called exploring and it's all in good fun. Awesome. Oh, look at the Slayer Max right here. I'm so happy we got to see how those are built, because I've always questioned. I'm like, okay, so like, how do they start with that? Like, is it just a clump of plastic, like a big plastic block that they push together? Or like, how does that work? But it's good to see finally how it all comes together. Oh, look at this trailer. I need one of these. I had to rent a U-Haul trailer to carry, like, if I have more than 3 kayaks with me, I have to rent a U-Haul. But you get it for 3 days, so like, that's always cool. But I need one of these. This is gonna be the quickest outro I've ever done. Did we leave with kayaks? Yes, we did. We actually left with 3 kayaks. I'm not gonna tell you what they are yet. You're gonna have to wait and stay tuned to see what they are. But we got 2 for a video series that's gonna be coming up on the channel. Like, I think it's gonna be like Netflix style video series. Like, it's not a Netflix production. I probably should say that, so like, don't get your hopes up on that. But it's gonna be nice. We got our sweatshirt. We were able to find a sweatshirt. We got 3 kayaks, and I'm gonna tell you guys what they are later. I hope you enjoyed today's video. It was something a little bit different. Thank you so much for hanging out. Let me know what you thought about it down below in the comments. And if there's anything else that you wanna see a tour of, like, hey Larry, how is Mac scent made? That's something I'm trying to work on figuring out how to do. So stay tuned for that, and we'll get into all that later. Thanks for the support. Don't forget to fish and rod, and have a good day. See y'all later.